listening to
Infirmary Media.
Did you hear that?
Infirmary Media.
Infirmary.
Is anybody there?
Talking complete.
It's time for Blumpkin and Friends, starring your host, the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
Hey kids, I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin, and with me here today is my friend,
Number one fan, Tim.
Yay!
part of me always kind of wanted to be a teacher,
That would be very interesting.
just because I enjoy giving people knowledge and coaching them on things and helping individuals learn new trades.
I don't
And
mind
skills.
doing that at work, but I couldn't see myself being a teacher.
Right.
Not with today's students. Hell no. I'd be in jail for assault by now.
Right. And because I could probably not meet the standards and practices of a teacher these days because of my foul mouth and inability to control my temper or, quote, getting too real for some people.
But I bet you'd be an effective teacher if they wouldn't fire you for all that.
Oh, you're fucking right I would. I would teach the shit out of some stupid, wasteful kids. Instead, however, I've had to settle for teaching people creatively through another source. That would be through Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary. Never
Urban
looked at it.
Dictionary is full of slang.
Yeah, I got that.
It's reader submitted. People vote on whether or not to publish your definitions. I've been published a number of times.
One of them was for Wisconsin Pretty. Your revised Wisconsin Pretty, correct?
That is correct. That is correct.
Which I thought the first one was pretty good, but
In my hands, I have the bulk of my definitions that have been on there.
all right. Well, let's hear these. I want to hear them.
The one that got me started was one day I came up with queef stroganoff, which of course is a wordplay on beef stroganoff. Queef stroganoff, the thick, noxious sludge that drips from a fat woman's cooter when she gets super horned up during the summer months and her vaginal secretions meet the rest of her panty sweat.
They published that?
You're fucking right, they publish that. That's awesome. Why wouldn't they?
I don't. Well, okay. I've never looked at Urban Dictionary or anything like that, but that just sounds wrong at so many levels.
True story. Once upon a time, I was at my previous place of employment, and I got in trouble for looking up a definition. I did not realize it was dirty when I Googled it, but because
What'd you look up?
I looked up like Minnesota hot lunch or Minnesota bag lunch, one of the two.
That's dirty?
It's very dirty. It has to do with eating a woman out and vomit. Yeah, I didn't know. So somebody
Eating her
else.
out and then vomiting?
Yeah, I don't know.
I suppose some women are
I didn't
probably
print. I'm
gross
thinking of
down
this
there.
on the fly, but yeah, somebody else like saw that I was looking it up and got offended and complained to the boss.
See, now if I saw that, I'd be like, oh, don't you know how to make a sandwich?
Right.
Is that a Meals on Wheels kind of program?
To which I told him, I'm like, look, the radio was on, it came on, and there were some inmates around the desk when it was said. And then I shut the radio off and Googled it and wanted to know if I should be worried if I just accidentally exposed them to something dirty, which I did. He's like, well, you know, you save your Googling for your break. Which in my mind means if I would have just not done it while I was sitting at my desk, I wouldn't have gotten in trouble, apparently, because no one would have known I'd done it.
I suppose, yeah.
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 Nice fucking back-asswards message there.
Minnesota bag lunch. When a person is eating out a girl, and it stinks so bad that they vomit in her vagina, and then staple it shut.
I was trying to show a scene from Clerks 2 to my coworker.
Ooh, that's not a good
I
idea.
was at my desk, and it was the part where they're talking about the Lord of the Rings, and I forgot some of the language that they used. Thank God the boss wasn't in the office, but I clicked play, and we're going in. It wasn't even like 30 seconds in. He drops one of the words, and I just slapped pause, and I looked over my coworker like, we'll have to listen to this another time.
That's good. That's good. It was a good decision. Definition number 2 and 3 They are in conjunction, and these are terms I came up with many years ago. Cocoa snake. Any turd that is at least 8 inches in length.
Do you measure?
You pretty much
Or
eye
is it
it
just
up.
a guess? Yeah, okay.
You eye it up, or
Yeah,
maybe
that
you
looks
measure.
like, well, that's got to be 8 1/4 inches there. Hell yeah. Might take 2 flushes to get that one down.
Funny you should mention that. Joey Black has had trouble in the past with big poops that wouldn't go down when he flushed. And this is a story I've told before. He lived in a townhome. He made a joke about having to cut his poop to flush it down. And I was in his bathroom.
Why do I think I've heard this story
You
before?
have.
Oh,
You have.
okay.
I'm just rehashing it here. And then I was in his bathroom downstairs one time looking for a spare roll of toilet paper, and I opened up under the sink, and I found the toilet paper next to a box of plastic knives that he did use to cut his poop.
Oh, that's just the idea of even imagining it is just kind of gross.
www.poopknife.com. Because, somebody started selling poop knives.
Is your turd too big? Turn to Poop Knife. It's got an extra long handle, so you don't have to go quite into your bowl.
Number 3 was related to cocoa snake. It's cocoa anaconda. A turd that is 12 inches or longer.
I guess I'd never know. I'm pretty sure I've had a couple like that in my past, but I don't really have a tendency to look at the damage.
I just want you to know that I came up with cocoa snake almost 20 years ago.
Would this be one of the endeavors up north?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't know what caused me to think of it.
Was it shitting in a bucket in Florida?
But no, it was not. Although that was good, maybe. That was a giant turd. That was definitely bordering on cocoa anaconda territory. The ice bucket shit. I mean, I looked at that thing and I went, wow, good for me.
I had a kid, a buddy of mine once showed me, he's like, come here, look at what I pooped. I went in the bathroom. It looked like a candy cane. It was poop, but it curved at the one end. And I just remember imagining, how did that come out?
I had one of those last year, around summertime, I think it was, and I snapped a picture of it and I tweeted it at Nike. Because it looked like a swoosh. Of course, Wisconsin pretty, but I'll just bring it up again. A term used to describe an American woman who in most other states would be considered unattractive, but is beautiful by the standards of men from Wisconsin.
Yep.
I'll use it in a sentence. Guy number 1. What do you think of that chick over there by the keg? Guy number 2. You mean the one with the gut and John Denver haircut? Guy 1. Yeah, that one. Guy 2. Well, she looks like Rebel Wilson, so, I guess she's Wisconsin pretty. Guy 1. Go Packers. Adrian Peterson'd. I added an apostrophe D onto his name, and I made it a verb.
Isn't he the one that whipped his child?
Yes, Adrian Peterson.
Go,
is
Adrian!
the act of a child getting their ass whooped by their parent for a petty reason. Which he grabbed a switch and beat his kid's ass to a pulp over fighting about video game controllers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be like someone putting a sweater on their dog that says, I survived
Michael Vick.
Michael Vick. I should really get a sweater like that for my dog.
You should. Are you ready to delve back into the realm of poop?
Let's get back into the shit.
Okay. Hyperduke.
Hyperduke.
Also known as the Power Duke.
Okay. Can I make a guess?
Go ahead.
Is this a shit that comes at you so fast that it feels like a freight train just left your body?
No, but that's good.
Okay.
I like where your mind went with that. When you really have to shit but don't have time to relax and enjoy it, so you push it out as fast as possible in an effort to get back to your day.
I don't do that. I just sit and relax. That's private time.
Yeah, at work I don't have a lot of opportunity to use the bathroom, so sometimes I have to hold my poops for a while.
Oh.
And I'll do it at home, too, because I have to get a lot of shit accomplished. No pun intended. Well, there's so many kids running around, so I'll wait until I can't hold it anymore. And a lot of times I'll be like prairie dogging as I waddle to the bathroom. I sit down and just, rah, comes out of me in like 2 seconds. And then I wipe and I'm done. 2 minutes flat.
Crazy.
Here is a phrase that I took and ran with it. I did not necessarily come up with the main idea, but I made it my own. It is north of 8.
Does that have something to do with Wisconsin Pretty, too?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
It was in that one kind of as well. A phrase used to describe the portion of Wisconsin north of U.S. Highway 8, where it is very rural and the locals all seem to be a little slow or partly crazy. People in this region have a higher propensity for intercourse with dead deer, marrying their second cousins, and trash art on their front lawns. Yes, I thought you'd like that. Here's an example. A lost driver pulls up to a gentleman. Hi, I'm looking for any town with a population that have family trees with fewer forks than average and where the local carnivals feature tractor pulls and cheap sex with farm animals. Which direction should I head? Gas station cashier. See the map right here? Yeah, you want to be north of 8.
I think your examples are far better than the frickin' terms.
I don't have examples for every one of these. My next one was inspired by the movie The Last Dragon.
Okay.
Did you see it?
I remember the movie.
Okay. I had never seen it until 3 weeks ago.
Oh, really? Oh, God, I watched it a bunch of times when I was a kid because my brother really liked it.
Yeah.
And it was probably 2-3 weeks ago now at work. We were discussing it. And I looked it up on YouTube. It's like the whole super cheesy ninja
80s
fighting and
Harlem Kung Fu.
Yeah, the one part when the one guy gets shoved and kicked through the door, like my coworker's like, "Oh, right through the balsam door. That's gotta hurt."
Right. And I just got this submitted. I watched The Last Dragon for the first time on New Year's Eve.
Did you like it?
I loved it
That's good.
because I love most things 80s.
That's definitely 80s.
And the guy who played Sho'nuff, the main bad guy,
Yeah. I don't know his actual name, but
I also don't know the actor's real name, but I do know that he went on to play one of the leads in The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr., which was Fox's Western starring Bruce Campbell.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Oh my fuck, just buy it on DVD. Go to Walmart tomorrow.
See if I can't Netflix it.
Buy the whole series on DVD.
Oh, it's a TV show?
You will thank me there was only one season.
Oh, so it's kind of like Firefly. A really good show, but completely underrated and canceled before its prime.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Anyways, so the next definition is kiss the converse.
I just picture somebody kissing a shoe.
Correct. An insult uttered by Sho'nuff in the 1985 film The Last Dragon.
That's right.
It means to bow down to one's enemy and pay respect by kissing their feet.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sure enough.
Well, who am I?
Sure enough.
Who am I?
Sure enough.
I can't hear you.
Sure enough.
The Shogun of Harlem.
Hi, it's the Body, and you're listening to Blumpkin and Friends. The next two stemmed from my years working as a correctional officer. The first one is called the Suboxone Sway. Do you know what Suboxone is?
No, I can't say that I do. Maybe I do, I just don't know what it's called.
It's for people addicted to opioids, and it's a synthetic medication, paper strip, sublingual, or possibly a tablet that you put under your tongue and it dissolves.
Nope, can't say I'm familiar with that.
It staves off cravings for opioids and helps give you like kind of a synthetic feeling of mental arousal so that your body is just like, oh, okay, I don't need to go into DTs or withdrawals.
So it's kind of like people with their douche flutes, or I'm sorry, their e-cigs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So method dosing. No, sorry. The Suboxone Sway. The slight back and forth rocking done by someone who has just taken a dose of Suboxone. Sometimes it involves sitting in a chair, falling asleep sitting up, or just swaying gently while standing up. Yeah, they're out of it. They're fucking way out of it.
But it's not an actual drug, but it just makes them think they're high.
Correct.
That would be a drug.
Much like my next definition that's about methadone. You know what methadone is? It's Kool-Aid crack. It's bullshit the government makes us pay so that we can give it to these fucking fiends. They can't get over this shit. You got yourself onto drugs, get yourself off without my tax dollars. So, methadosing. And have you ever seen anybody on methadone?
I don't know if I have.
They're fucking out of it. So, methadosing. The act of falling asleep sitting up shortly after taking a dose of methadone. First person I ever saw doing
that
this.
to the Urban Dictionary?
Yes, I did.
That's not in normal dictionary?
No. Methadosing?
It sounds like it would be something in...
It's a portmanteau of methadone and dozing off.
Yeah.
First time I ever saw somebody doing this, it was a guy At my old job, he took his methadone, he went back to bed, and he was sitting up, Indian style on his bed, but like asleep, sitting up, hunched over, and drooling.
There is no tension in that man's life at that moment.
Yeah. So, methadosing. Thank you to that guy. Gave me inspiration for getting published on Urban Dictionary yet again.
Do you get paid for that?
I do not. There are tens of thousands of words on there.
Yeah, but if they give you like $5...
No, they're not going to give you $5. The next one, I came up with this years ago. I realized that this was a thing. You know, after you have sex and you blow your load, you go to take a piss afterwards?
Sure.
You know, sometimes when you pee after sex, it feels really, really good. Like it still kind of tickles and stimulates what's left
really paid attention.
of your perineum and prostate.
I guess I've never paid attention.
Postcoital piss. That first piss you take after having sex that feels extra good compared to a regular piss. As your bladder empties, the last bit of leftover climax pleasure leaves your perineum aching with delight as the joy finished draining out of your dick. Also abbreviated as P/CP.
PCP.
Right, because PCP is a drug and I don't want to get them mixed up.
That's funny.
Here's one I got published just a week ago. Fruit punch bowl. I tacked on the bowl. It used to be just fruit punch. But fruit punch was something else. So, fruit punch bowl. Slang for a gay man's rectum after several partners have finished inside him in rapid succession.
Oh, God.
Just a butthole full of cum.
Can I ask what fruit punch was? Did you look that one up?
It was
the
something
actual
stupid.
fruit punch?
It was something stupid. It did nothing to do with filling one man's anus full of cum.
I think you've completely ruined
repeatedly.
fruit punch for me, and I liked fruit punch.
Well, then you're really going to not want to drink a pina colada.
Yeah, really. Not gonna.
If you like penis coladas with the side of teabag. Here's one that got rejected. Aborted fetal colada. You're wincing.
I am.
I came up with this definition back when I was 16. That is 20 years ago. Because I was working at Target.
What did you witness at Target that made you want to write that?
I don't even know, but it got rejected twice. I'll read you both versions. Here's the original version. The mix of pus and menses one finds dripping from a woman's birth canal after an abortion procedure. It is high in vitamins and definitely leaves a dark Kool-Aid mustache.
Oh,
They didn't like that one.
I can see why.
Here's the follow-up
Thank
attempt.
God they have some kind of taste.
You go to hell. I wanted this published. Aborted fetal colada. A beverage made from the sludgy mix of pus and blood that drips from a woman's birth canal after having an abortion.
See, now you're just getting gross.
That's the point.
The first one's better. This one was just even more wrong.
Well, I had to take the in-joke comedy out of it because I wasn't sure what they didn't like. Because once upon a time ago, I submitted a definition inspired by
The Beast.
because she and I joke back and forth that each other are cheap, and she calls me a Jew. So I started calling her a Jew back, but not calling her a Jew as much as using creative ways to mock her for possibly being a Jew. I have nothing against people that are Jewish, but as the stereotype goes, Jewish people are cheap and would do anything to save money.
To me, that's just in some ways good finances, but...
It is. But with her, years ago, we tried to keep the bills 50-50, so we take turns buying diapers or toilet paper. So I made a chart to keep track of whose turn it was.
Yeah, like that works.
It did work, but she referred to it as the Jew chart. I'm sure she would appreciate you commenting on that with laughter.
The Jew chart.
So I submitted a definition. You'll recognize it from a Disney movie, but with my own little slant on it. Jewella DeVille.
That's great.
Which was an insult for any baby mama or ex that was a gold digger and would do anything to get more money out of their man.
Did they print that one?
They did not.
Fuckers. That's the one that they should have printed.
Right, it's fucking, it's an in-joke. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe they're just like, well, we don't want to get sued by Disney, because let's face it.
No.
They
no,
would.
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't. It was probably too highbrow of a reference, because once again, portmanteau, I like play is on words.
I think right now I only know
Jew,
one single
Cruella
mom.
DeVille.
Yeah. I think right now I only know one single girl, and I'm not about ready to call her
Jewella DeVille.
because she's my ex-sister-in-law, and I respect her. She's not really just trying to get money. I don't even know if she's talking to her ex.
She's not a gold digger.
No, she's not.
Can I just tell you that some of the best Jew jokes against the beast I've ever made?
Sure.
Last summer, there was sidewalk chalk left in her driveway. So I went to drop the girls off. So as I was going back to my car, I saw the chalk and I grabbed it, and she was inside. So she comes up to smoke at the tail end of me writing. I back out of the driveway, and she's like, "What'd you write?" I'm like, "Ha ha ha ha, shalom." And then I sped off. What I had written was Jew parking only behind her van.
I know where she lives, so I'm going to drive down that road a little more often.
It's not there anymore, obviously.
Well, I know, but I mean, in the summertime, should you find more chalk?
I also put a Star of David on either side of it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I thought it was the piece de resistance.
Yeah, you gotta make it obvious.
Then there was another time at Target, we were sitting there in line, and she made some comment to me about being cheap. And then I came back with, "Well, I don't know if I'll have time to do that with you. I mean, tomorrow is your Sabbath after all." So this was on a Friday, and she's like, "Tomorrow's my..." "Oh, Saturday, because I'm a Jew." Yeah, fuck you. I like to sneak them in. I don't want to just be like, "Shut up, Jew," because that's too obvious and it's mean.
Obvious and it's not funny.
That's not okay to call people a Jew.
Unless they're Jewish.
Right, because it's both a term of endearment and a slur.
Yeah, well, it's confusing, just like the N-word.
Yeah, that's not
some people
really...
can say it, some people can't. Just make up your fucking mind. Either you can or you can't.
Which reminds me of Mr. Garrison using the word faggot on South Park, and only gay people could say it without being bleeped on the show. And Stan's Uncle Jimbo said the word faggot, and Mr. Garrison's like, "Huh, I guess we'll learn something about you, Jimbo. You want to make out?" You're right. Right. Do you feel better educated now on some cool terms?
Yeah, and I definitely did like the Juella DeVille one. I think I really liked that one.
I may try to submit it again later on tonight with the same fucking words, and just we'll roll the dice and see what happens.
Yeah, there's probably new people in charge over there by now.
I'm just going to keep submitting aborted fetal colada and Juella DeVille.
I agree with Juella DeVille, not aborted fetus.
You just think it's gross.
It's disgusting.
So that's the point.
You're listening to Blumpkin and Friends.
We've reached the point in the show when it's time to play a game.
Oh, boy!
So, because you were so insistent upon not wanting to play the RPS challenge because you don't do good at it, your words, not mine.
I think my exact words were, "I suck at it."
Fair enough. I was kind enough to quickly draw up 10 questions for BS Trivia.
And I'm willing to bet, everybody listen up, every one of them's going to be something I don't fucking know, and he knows that I don't know. So let's hear the first one.
So the record low is 3, and that is a tie between Graham, Reese Hartfeld, and Ivy. The record high is 8, held by Dr. Murr.
Yeah, because you gave him a bunch of softballs.
It's unfortunate that you don't get bonus points for being butthurt over other people's performance, or maybe you'd break the record.
It's time to play bullshit trivia on Blumpkin and Friends.
BS Trivia, 10 questions. Some of them have answers, some of them don't. I will give you a half point for creativity.
Creativity, please, please, please.
I'm not giving it out like participant ribbons, so don't get your hopes too high.
I gotta be creative, I know.
So, without further ado, BS Trivia. Question number 1. Spell thesaurus.
Shit. This is okay. This is T. It was TH. I can't remember. Is EASUROUS?
No.
Yeah.
I think you just said thesaurus.
I think I did.
Aus. THESAURUS. Just remember it as the SAR us.
I was moderately close.
Yeah, but moderately doesn't count.
No.
Question number 2. What is 62 times 3?
182. 186. 186.
Yeah, you said 182 first.
186.
It is 186.
You gave Dr. Murray a lot of chances.
It's unfortunate that you went so quickly with the wrong answer.
So I don't get that one?
No, you don't.
Fucker.
Question number 3. True or false? Hot for Teacher was on the album Van Halen 2. True or false?
Yeah, I'm really not 100% sure about that one. I think the only album that I've heard was the greatest hits, so I want to say, fuck it, it's true?
It's false.
Yeah.
It was actually on 1984,
You're gonna...
which is the
God
album
damn
that
it,
had
that's what I was
Jump
thinking, too.
and Panama. You are 0 for 3.
Told you I'm not going to know all these.
Question number 4, and there's no way he can beat Dr. Murr's score at this point, but average teacher wage in Minnesota. If you're within the range, I will give you the full point. Per year. Average teacher salary in Minnesota.
Something like 50 grand?
You're on the low side. It's between 52 and 69K. Minneapolis averages 64K a year.
Okay, well, I'm out, so.
I'm going to give you
They'll say they get paid so little and look at what they're making.
I'm going to give you a half a point for being just outside the wheelhouse. Half a point. Enjoy your pity point.
I don't want a pity point.
Question number 5. True or false? The National Spelling Bee is held in New York.
That's false.
That is false. It's in Washington, D.C. Look at that. He's got a full point there. It's a check mark. Woohoo. Question number 6. Higher Rotten Tomatoes score. Bad Words or Aquila and the Bee?
Because I've never heard of either one of those. I'll go with... what was the first one? Bad Words?
Bad Words or Aquila and the Bee?
Bad Words.
That's wrong. The higher score is Aquila and the Bee. 85%.
Can you help me out here with the Rotten Tomatoes thing? Is a high score mean that it's a bad movie?
No, it means it's a better movie.
Okay.
Bad Words, only 66%.
See, if I even heard of them, I might have had better of a chance of guessing that one.
Bad Words, hilarious movie. And heartwarming. Aquila and the Bee, I never saw it because it's about some girl at a spelling bee. They're both about spelling bees.
Okay.
Question number 7. Michelle Pfeiffer in Dangerous Minds. Would ya?
Yeah.
That's correct. Because she's got that leather jacket and a I can do anything attitude. She ain't going to take no shit from these inner city kids.
I just figured she hadn't turned yet, so.
Turned?
Yeah, kind of like sour cream does. Just turns bad.
That's odd. It's a colorful reference. Why do I suddenly want a baked potato? Question number 8. Always the same. Impossible to get. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
She is at the headquarters for the Urban Dictionary, trying to convince them to allow all of your next submissions to pass.
I like that he was kissing my ass. Unfortunately, she was at Harvard selling term papers. School, spelling, teaching. Come on, that's the theme.
I thought the theme was Urban Dictionary.
Well, yes, but no. But yes. But no.
That's the last time I kiss your ass on this show. Up yours.
Yeah. Question number 9. Highest valued Scrabble tile. There are 2 possible answers.
I can't remember if it was... I think one was... Z? No, X. Jesus, I haven't played Scrabble ever. I played Word with Friends.
Guess a fucking letter.
P.
P?
I don't... Okay, X. I'll go with
You
X.
already said P.
Fine, P.
They're
P.
both wrong. P and X are both wrong.
Okay, what is it?
You said it first. You said Z. Or Q are 10
See,
points.
I thought that was too easy.
No, how many words have a Q or a Z? Besides buzz and zipper and fuzzy.
Quite a few if you think about it, you know.
And New Zealand, but that's not a word, that's a place. Anyways.
It's still a word.
I just want you to know that you are at 2.5 points. And the record low score is 3 points.
Just because you fucked me over on most of these.
Right.
I got the... Okay,
really.
so I came up, but I didn't give you my final answer on the math question.
So, question number 10, and you're playing for pride now. I just want to remind you of that. How many definitions do I have published on Urban Dictionary?
I should have been counting. Let's see.
Just going to remind you, I did not read them all.
Gotcha, bitch.
Oh, thanks. I'm going to go 9.
It's 15.
Oh.
We have a new record score for low points.
Hadouken!
High times for you, isn't it?
I gave you a half a point out of pity. So
And I don't want that. So put me at an even 2.
I'm leaving it at 2.5. That's funny for me. Your poor butt. It's so hurt. Gonna write number 1. Fan. Tim. And I'm gonna draw a smiley face.
Well, I don't think I want to do games on this show anymore.
You don't have a choice. That's one of the formats of the show.
Well, I just won't come on the show.
It doesn't work that way. Other people have new jobs. It's very difficult to get other individuals on the show. Buddy, shut the fuck
So
up!
what does that say about me? That I'm some lowly guy who doesn't have anything to do?
No, it's that you're number 1 fan, Tim, and you're my most reliable cohort. That's why you do every episode of the other show with me, and you've done like 100 episodes of the other show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm reliable. I like that. I'll take that.
What up, Ninja? You're listening to Blumpkin and Friends.
I want to end the show with an extra special story time. And now, story time. This is back in, I think, 11th grade? 10th or 11th grade. And I had speech class. But he would also teach us vocab words every week. We would have like 20 new words to learn.
Was it speeches like giving speeches? Or
Yes.
Okay.
Not
I took a
like,
class like that.
I have trouble articulating myself.
Well, I just... Every school has a different idea what the speech class is. It's very similar to what my school was.
Yeah.
Formatting and actually delivering speeches, which I still get up in front of a crowd and freeze up. So
Oh, I don't.
not terribly. I'm probably better now. I haven't had to give an actual speech in a while, but back then in high school, oh my God. I took that class to get over that fear, to have more confidence when I stood up in front of a crowd and spoke about things, tried to do it intelligibly, try to enunciate my words good and everything. Or enunciate my words well, but it didn't really work. It seemed like half my speeches turned out to be comedy routines.
Because you were failing?
No, it's just how I wrote.
Oh. Oh, so it was funny on purpose.
It was funny on purpose.
Not like the Chris Farley show that was a skit on Saturday Night Live where he'd interview people, and it was just really crappy on purpose, but so funny.
Like no, it was intentional to be funny, but it's just like I couldn't get up there and do a serious act. And I remember the teacher telling me she would have graded some of the subjects that I did higher if I didn't try to make something funny out of it.
Oh, what a bitch. She knows nothing about holding an audience's attention and relating the material to people you don't know.
I guess not.
Yeah, well, I'm sure she's got uterine cancer or something
I still
now.
passed that class with a B-, so I mean, it's not like she tried to fail me or anything.
That's good.
Just, I could have probably gotten an A if I had tried a little harder on more serious stuff.
So, story time.
Yeah, sorry.
So, we had our weekly 20 words to learn. And I studied and studied and studied. And I knew most of them. But that still didn't stop me from making a small chart on a piece of paper. Small enough to sit inside the palm of my hand or rest on my leg while I'm taking a quiz. And we had a substitute teacher because my speech teacher was gone. And I didn't really need the chart. I just used single letters to remember. I'd write the first letter of the word and the first letter of some word of the definition.
Okay.
As a mnemonic device. And I got busted by the substitute teacher.
Could she even tell what it was that you had?
It was a he, and he's like, "You done? Can I have that?" I'm like, fuck.
You could have denied it. It's just a bunch of letters, man.
I could have, but I was just, when I get in trouble, I'm just like honest to a fault.
Yeah, that's my problem too. I can't lie very well.
And I was just like tired as all get out, so I thought that this would work. So I get busted cheating on a fucking vocab test. I get a 0 for the quiz. When if I hadn't brought that piece of paper, I could have gotten at least a 50%. Isn't that
At
sad?
least that's still failing.
That's but 50's more than 0.
It's more than 0, but it's still failing.
Like Bruce Jenner has 0% of a dick anymore. because he's Caitlyn Jenner. But before, he had at least 50% of a dick because he was a man in women's clothing.
Okay, point taken. I saw an article the other day on Facebook that Cindy Crawford was very upset because somebody mistaken her with Caitlyn Jenner.
That's a low blow.
They showed two photos side by side. Honestly, it's kind of hard to tell.
Is it?
It is.
Well, I mean, Cindy Crawford's like in her 60s now, I think.
She looked good like 5 years ago when she tried to reemerge herself out into the public eye. I don't know what happened between now and then. Maybe they just caught her in a bad
life happened.
Maybe they just caught her in a bad light or something. But when you see two photos, it's a pretty hard call.
Yeah, right. See, if I make it to the toilet, then I've shit 0% of my pants. But if I have to waddle and then like I touch cotton and make a streak, you could say that I shit a percentage of my pants equal to or less than 50%.
Point was taken. Which is why I went my little tangent about Cindy Crawford. But, yeah.
Interact with the show on Twitter at Blumpkin Show. That is at Blumpkin Show. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/group/Blumpkin and friends. We are on iTunes and on Podbean at blumpkinshow.podbean.com. For original songs, go to soundcloud.com/BlumpkinMusic, where you can hear my new diss track titled Diss Track.
Quaint.
Right, it's very on the head. It's about these two gangster rapper kids that were in a Juggalo Facebook group, and I thought they were fucking nerdy. So I just was like, I'm going to make fun of these dicks.
Okay.
Yeah, so go there and check out my song Diss Track on soundcloud.com/BlumpkinMusic. And you can see number one fan Tim and the rest of the family playing Airsoft at Sparrow Jackson Airsoft on YouTube.
Thanks for mentioning that.
Yeah. Other programs related to my podcast network that I am on at infirmary.org for Infirmary Media Podcasts.
Cool.
I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
And I'm the number one fan, Tim.
Good night.